Hi guys! So today I am going to be doing the stay-at-home book tag, and I saw Perfect Paperbacks do this, and I really enjoyed her video, so I wanted to give it a try. And so I have the list of questions here, and I'm just going to read them and tell you which book I chose for each of them. So the first prompt is Laying in Bed, a book you could/have read in a day. So the one I chose for this is We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. And I haven't read this yet, but it's only, I think, 250 pages. So compared to the books that I've been reading, this is a lot shorter. So I definitely feel like I could read this in a day. The next prompt is Snacking, Guilty Pleasure Book. And for this one, I kind of had a little bit of a hard time choosing, but I decided to go with Everything by Nicola Yoon. And I've read this book 3 times, and to be honest, I read it when I was like early high school, and it doesn't really have like the best representation of the actual like disease that they say that she has, which isn't good, and I probably shouldn't. That's why I guess it's a guilty pleasure, because I know that it has issues, and I haven't read it in a while, but this is really the only one that I could think of. I'm sure there's other ones, I just can't really think of any right now. So the third prompt is Netflix, a series you want to start. And for this one, I decided to go with the ACOTAR series, because literally when so I recently just made like a book talk, which is a TikTok, but like for books. And when I tell you this is literally all anybody ever talks about, like that, this is all I see on my For You page with TikTok. And so but I'm hoping, because everybody talks about it, that it's really good and I really enjoy it, and I can't believe I haven't read it yet, but I will get to it soon. So the next prompt is Deep Clean, been on your TBR for ages. And for this one, I decided to go with Wayward Son by Rainbow Rowell. I read Carry On last year, towards the end of the year, but right when this one came out, I immediately bought it because I loved Carry On. But I haven't heard the best things about this one, and so it's kind of making me a little weary to read it. So I'm kind of just been taking my time getting to it. I think there's just other books that I want to read more, but it has been on my TBR for quite a while. So the next prompt is Animal Crossing, a book you recently bought because of the hype. So I didn't want to like double up, because that book would have been ACOTAR for me, but instead I decided to go with Circe by Madeline Miller. And this book, I've heard the writing is literally phenomenal. It's not in a genre that I normally go for, but because of the things that I've heard about it, I just had to pick it up. I've heard it's phenomenal. I've heard the writing is great. I've heard that you get sucked into the story like big time. So I really wanted to pick this up because it was just something that really intrigued me, and like I said, it's not a genre I normally go for, but I've been wanting to expand my reading genre, because normally all that I read is like urban fantasy or fantasy with a little bit of like mystery, but I definitely want to get more into this genre of book. So the next prompt is Productivity, a book you learned or had an impact on you. So this one was also kind of hard, because I wanted to pick something that like really meant a lot to me, and not just a book that I loved or a book that I really liked, but something that actually like, made me think. And for this one, I chose The Kite Runner, and this was a book that I had to read my sophomore year of high school. And when I tell you this book absolutely broke my heart in two, it was probably one of the hardest things I've ever had to read, but I'm so glad that we did, because it really just opens up a conversation on how different parts of the world lives, and how different everyone's lives are, and people go through things that you have no clue about, and just you never really know someone's story, so always just be kind, and just never assume anything, you know what I'm saying? Just always have a really kind heart and just try your best to not judge and assume before you really know someone. And the last prompt is FaceTime, a book you were gifted. And for this one, I decided to go with A Study in Charlotte by Brittany Cavallero. And this was actually gifted to me by my boyfriend's mom. She sends me books a lot, and I'm so grateful for that because she also loves to read. But this is the beginning of series, and I believe it's like Sherlock Holmes' great-great-great-granddaughter and Watson's great-great-great-grandson, maybe great-great, I don't know how many greats. But so they basically have to like solve mysteries together, and it sounds just like a really fun time. But I definitely want to get into this one and start reading more mystery because I really enjoy it. But yeah, so the last prompt, I know I said the last one was the last prompt, but this doesn't really have a book. So it says, self-care. What is one thing you have done recently to look after yourself? And I think for that, I used to force myself to read because I am a slower reader, and I would get kind of down or sad whenever I would see people read like 8 books a month or, you know, something like that. And I would get upset with myself, and it's like, why can't I read that fast? Like, why are these people able to read so much more than me in a month? And I don't know, I just kind of realized that everybody has their own pace when it comes to stuff like this. And, you know, it's okay that it takes me a little bit longer to read books than other people. And if I have to go and reread things, you know, people go at their own pace. And some people listen to a lot of audiobooks, and, you know, that helps. But if you can read that much in a month, I am so jealous. I'm so proud of you. That is so awesome, because that seriously is such a huge accomplishment. But, you know, I would read like 2 books a month and be like, well, I can't be that good of a booktuber because I'm not reading as much as all these other booktubers. But I just kind of realized, like, everybody is unique, and there's probably other people out there like me who don't read as much and who do take more time to finish a book, and that's okay. So that's, I guess, what I've been working on with myself, is kind of realizing that and coming to terms with that. I am good enough, you know, to have a booktube channel and just talk about books, even though I don't read as many books as other people, but that's really okay. So I hope that you guys are staying safe, and I hope that you guys are also taking care of yourself because you deserve it. You're so loved, and I really hope that you guys have a really blessed week, month, day, year, whatever, because you guys definitely deserve it, and I will see you guys in the next video.